Good people, bad people. You decide which one you are. Monday night, y'all know the time, y'all know the place. It is your boy Cool McCain, one half of your Monarchs of Wrestling. And I am joined, as I am every week, by the other half of your wrestling monarchy. And that is my boy Playmaker. Playmaker, what up?
What's up? Hope y'all had a good week. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Uh, Wrestling has got personal. That's all I'm gonna say. Wrestling has gotten personal.
Great storytelling makes it. We talk about this a lot, but one company has really good wrestling. One company has really good storytelling, and then one company is the best mixture of the two. So we're gonna start with the best mixture of the two, and that would be Total Nonstop Action TNA
The only
Slammiversary.
one that had a super event this past weekend.
Yes, sir. So Slammiversary, there's a couple of things that threw me off with Slammiversary. So TNA said 6-man elimination match, right? So when you tell me that, I'm thinking you're gonna have it go to where everybody's in the ring, people get pinned, and as they get pinned, they're out, kind of like the elimination chamber without the chamber. But that's
Yeah.
not the way TNA went with that.
Basically, we got a gauntlet elimination match.
Correct. And it wasn't communicated as that, or if it was, I missed it. Either way. So that kind of changed the um the expectations for the match, because had I realized that, I would have made different choices just based on the fact of when people would possibly enter. So I'm starting to watch their match, and I see Moose as one of the first two guys. I'm like, yep, he won't have this championship after this, because you're not going the distance in a elimination match. This kind of this a gauntlet elimination match, right? So it is what it is. I mean,
Matter of fact, I don't even know why we're calling it gauntlet elimination. It's pretty much a gauntlet.
yeah, this is a gauntlet match, but it pretty much changed how things went because it all depended on when people came out. And the two guys that I expected to win um, were out a little bit earlier in that. But my co-host correctly predicted Mr. Nemeth as the winner. So to make a long story short, go through the match. Moose gets eliminated earlier. Josh Alexander turns heel during the match by giving a low blow to one Joe Hendry. So now we know what uh, feud Joe Hendry's going to be sliding into, and Josh Alexander. That was unexpected, but not too much of a surprise. Um, it's not really a lot to say 100% about it, just the way it played out. Everything in those matches is who comes out last. Excuse me. So
That's usually how it goes.
yeah. So without knowing the order ahead of time and everything, it was a bit of a shock. But Nick Nemeth is your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Shout out to him for getting that. He also has in 2024 won a AAA championship and a New Japan Pro Wrestling Championship. So he's had a couple of pieces of gold here in 2024. So shout out to Nick Nemeth. I like him. I think he's a guy that should have got a lot more shine in WWE. I think the big thing with WWE was we need this guy to be 10-time champion, this guy to be 13-time champion, this guy to be X amount time champion for a good portion of when the former Dolph Ziggler was really kind of in the prime. And he had several times where he left and came back. They had a chance to kind of re-energize him, but they just never did. So TNA seems to be using him better. So happy for him. He's been placed as a prime time player, no pun intended, since he got there. So glad he was able to win a championship. I think Moose had a good run. This took that element of having the group around you out of the match, which essentially was what did Moose in, because they couldn't come out and help him win 4 matches. So well done, TNA. Good way to take the championship in a different direction. Nemeth did say when he got there, he wanted a championship. So he's been able to make that dream, and he had some people come out celebrating with him, like a low budget WrestleMania celebration with Cody. But hey, whatever works is whatever works. Yes, I did. Take a quick second. I want to shout out Real Wise Radio, where we are now streaming live. So all you good people that are listening to your Monarchs over on Real Wise Radio, we appreciate you. We appreciate you taking your time to listen to this wonderful show. And also, remember to go to YouTube, type in @RealPlayCallers, and hit that like, subscribe, and share button so that your boys can grow what we're doing here and give more people the opportunity to watch with us, listen to what we're doing. And also, that is a place where you can, like I got Damien every week, and a couple other people kind of throw in and give us your thoughts on what we're talking about. All right, so back to TNA. So not only did the system lose the World Heavyweight Championship, they also lost the Tag Team Championships to ABC. So Chris Bay and his tag team partner, Ace Austin. ABC. They beat 1, 2, 3 the system. So those belts are now gone from the system as well. So as of the end of the pay-per-view, only one person in the system has a championship, and that is Malisha, which is the tag team that Alicia Edwards is part of. They did win their tag team championship match, so they still have their belts. And also Jordynne Grace, as everyone suspected. I don't think anyone would. I think the surprise would have been if she didn't win. Took care of Ash by elegance. So we kind of saw that coming. We also have a new X Division champion, as Speedball Mike Bayley won that championship as well.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of belts changed hands on this particular show. And then Matt Hardy, if you watch TNA, you know that Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy's wife, Rebecca Hardy, got taken out by JDC.
Wow. I'm still tripping that your boy Ali lost the belt.
Yep, he lost. So JDC,
Slammiversary wasn't a good pay-per-view for you, sir.
It wasn't, but there's one thing that I didn't really take into account that I should have when making choices and selections. I didn't think about the fact that this is like their WrestleMania, right? Like I thought about it, but I didn't take it into account when I was making picks. A lot of times when you have your big events, you're kind of resetting your year and you're kind of getting your faces on top. Like I looked at it from that angle as I should have. On me, I would have realized like this was going to happen.
Now, I'm not saying that I didn't have a perfect record. I did. I was the one who went out on a limb and did Ash by elegance.
Yeah, hey, it's all good, man. It's I
went out on a limb, but I got to say,
yeah, I didn't think
Nick Nemeth was going to win. To be honest, he gave me two options.
Well, you were right.
So I'm sticking with the champ. If I can't have the champ, well, Nick Nemeth is the one that's been rising up very quickly, so that's logical. Nick Nemeth won.
Hey, man, you don't get them right all the time.
You don't.
But between us, we got them.
And you know, I had to give you a prelude if I was going to pick somebody outside of the champ. I do believe if one champion going to lose in a group, the other one might as well lose too. So,
and I agree with that. My thought was the other way. One of them are going to lose, right? But hey, again, I'm not perfect every week, as we can tell.
Hey,
Mickey in the building. What's up, Mickey?
What's up, Mickey? Good. What's going on with you?
And then, of course, we got Damien in the building. What's up, Damien?
For once, he's late.
And Damien says Slammiversary is the best pay-per-view of the year so far, in my opinion. I got to be honest with you, from top to bottom, and the way that they played the card out and how they kept everything moving, vignettes and everything, I kind of got to agree with Damien. Right? A lot of times we like to give Damien a lot of grief because sometimes Damien be saying some outlandish things, but I mean, I got to agree with him. I think from top to bottom, there wasn't a bad match that I remember, that I recall. Like every match was good. They placed the card properly. They kind of had you like, all right, we got a big match, so now we're gonna give you another match that you'll be interested in, but it'll kind of give you a little bit of a lull, and then we'll hit you back with another. So I like the way that they had the card laid out and everything.
You know what? So all three companies had the Super Bowl show already, and that the fact that WrestleMania is 2 nights kind of kills. And some people that kind of kills what they do because it's 2 nights instead of 1 night.
Yeah, that it can be a good and a bad, the 2-night thing, because like you said, like we always talk about, I don't go to night 1. Like I don't feel like night 1's going to be worth it, right? I watch night 1, like I'm going next year. I'll watch night 1 from like my hotel or whatever. I'm not gonna go to night 1. But night 2, in the building I am. Raw, in the building I am. That's definite gonna happen. And then Damien says, not gonna lie, I thought Earl Hebner was gonna get killed on TV. Hey man, I just want to kind of take a different approach with the Slammiversary. Just kind of talk about some of the things that happened and not necessarily all the specifics. There's a lot of people I know that have told me that they don't necessarily watch everything on time with, TNA, just because of, you got WWE, you got AEW. Most people treat TNA as like that third option. So I want to kind of give the results and everything, but leave some of the details to give those people that may be listening or watching and haven't had a chance to really watch it yet, still some things that they can see throughout the show that are not spoiled for them. So, hey, trying to look out for the cookout. So that being said, I am gonna say Slammiversary was a fun pay-per-view. It was well put together. TNA took the time to make it work, and I like what we got from that. There was some last-minute build-up on the last episode of TNA, but we're gonna focus on the pay-per-view. Good reset. A lot of new champions, a lot of new ways that they storylines can go. There's a guy like Moose who did get pinned, but didn't technically lose the championship by being pinned for the championship. Does he kind of want to get himself back in the fray and be like, look, I want my belt back? Obviously, I think the system, they're going to want to try to get their belts back. JDC is going to be out for revenge. I was watching some of TNA. One thing I have to mention. And Mike Santana was wrestling. They were talking about how he was wrestling JDC. They were talking about how JDC is supposed to take Mike Santana out because he was a guy that Moose was afraid of. And Moose kind of sent him to kind of take care of him. So I feel like that's a slick way to kind of build Mike Santana up without him having to win. If you've got the former champ, or you're reporting that the former champ was scared of a specific individual. So we'll see if they actually do something with Mike Santana. Who calls himself the realist. And we'll see how that goes. But a lot of fun things are happening in TNA, but they're doing it, I think, a better job of building. Not as good as WWE, right? But better than AEW. And it shows in the product because you need some of that story building to get people to buy in. You can have a great match, like we're going to talk about here in a minute. You can have an hour-long match. But if you didn't really set it up properly, does it have the same effect as if you set it up properly? We'll get some thoughts on that when we talk about it.
Yeah, how long mentioned the ending of it was just
absolutely. So Daniel Berry Sports in the building. What's up, Daniel Berry, man?
What's up, Daniel?
Appreciate you, bro. You always here with us, so big ups to you for that, sir. And if any comments or thoughts you have, everybody that's watching, if you're on Play Calls Sports Talk YouTube or you're on Shady Sports, man, dive into those comments for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and get this first break going, guys.
Oh, boy. We're going to AEW next.
AEW talk, yes, sir.
I got a headache already.
Rams fans all around the world, It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We will see about Cup. And running back Kyren Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crown they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can be the black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
All right, good people, we are back in the building. And it's time to talk some good old AEW. All Elite Wrestling. So AEW had interesting things that happened.
Did you put good in front of AEW?
Uh-huh. I said some good old AEW.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I said, sir.
Well, the first thing you got on here is what Damien's talking about. And that's what you got first on the list here, sir.
Actually, it's second, but we'll go with that first, because Damien wants to talk about that. So we with it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Dynamite is 2 hours long. And one match took up half of it.
So AP says, what's good, crew? What's good, AP, man? We always love having you in the building, bro. All your thoughts and comments as well, for sure. Damien said,
AP, I want your thoughts on that match personally, okay?
The MJF and Ospreay match should have been main event. 1,100 trillion billion % agree with you. I do think an hour is too long for a 2-hour show. That works in WWE and Raw. It works at a pay-per-view where you have 3-4 hours to do. I do think that this is the type of thing. Well, let me back up here. So what's funny is you'll have this match for an hour on regular TV, but you'll put on a 5-hour pay-per-view or premium live event. And instead of putting this on one of them long shows that you be doing, you're going to put it on.
I feel you, AP. I feel you. I'm with it.
And that's ridiculous.
AP don't even want to touch AEW right now.
Well, AEW is looking somewhat better. I can't say overall, but certain things are looking better. Again, this was a match that we know that they were going to have a match at some point, right? But
and here's my thing here.
100%.
We knew we was going to have a match. And we knew most likely the title was going to be on the line. And you put this match on free TV. Y'all pulled a Hulk Hogan and Bill Goldberg.
And it really did. And the funny thing about it is the reason why they did it is because this was AEW 250. This was their 250th episode. right? And hey, cool. I'm glad you got there. You know, I'm an AEW guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been disappointing me. And I'm honest. I don't sit there and say, "Oh, AEW is great," because AEW is an alternative and they have great wrestling. They do have that, but you got to work on the storylines. Even this one was way rushed. The whole first Blood and Guts match was way rushed. The second Blood and Guts is going to be on the episode of Dynamite this week. These are pay-per-view level things. Y'all are giving it away on regular TV. It is still not making people be like, "Oh, we got to flood the AEW."
Like y'all just could have continued the storyline with MJF and Will Ospreay. You got All In coming up,
right?
And you gave us an hour-long match on a 2-hour Dynamite show. One half of the show was already gone from one match.
And the sad part is, if you watch Collision, you know that they blow that 2 hours anyway. Yolanda says, "Hey fellas, I'm late, but here. What's up, Yolanda? Appreciate you as well. You definitely are supportive of what we got going on over here."
Yep, I gotta love my sister. And by the way, you had the stupid ref bump take place. I'm sorry, I can't hold it in no longer. The stupid ref bump take place. And remember, I told you the scumbag MJF is back. So MJF, being the scumbag that he is, does what scumbags do, which is the thing that he hates the most. He can't wait for him to get rid of that damn ring. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead, get it off your chest. Yeah, I know you want them to get rid of that damn ring.
So I do want somebody to take the ring because I'm sick of him having it, right? But at the end of the day, I want to say this. A lot of people dump on AEW. So AEW had an established wrestler and a wrestler that they are establishing in Will Ospreay go an hour. Will Ospreay lost the match, but he didn't lose the match cleanly to a guy that shouldn't beat him. He got hit in the face and illegally lost the match with a Dynamite diamond ring. But Sami Zayn is going to pin Braun Breaker straight up. No outside interference, no tomfoolery, no trickery, nothing. Just he beats Braun Breaker. Yeah, that's still stirring my craw, and I have a big problem with that. And you're not going to fix it. WWE was a bad move, and you made it. So I know a lot of people want to love on WWE, but AEW gets at least that. They get it. If we're building a guy up and he's going to lose, it's fine. He can lose the championship. But it can't be clean. He can hit the turnbuckle. You know, he could mess around and hurt it and tweak something, and then they get rolled up or something, but not a clean victory.
Pretty much what my co-host is saying. On this type of occasion, they didn't have Sami outsmart Braun Breaker for the win. It was the typical finish for a Sami Zayn match. What AEW did was the typical thing what you do with a scumbag MJF. It's called a scumbag for a reason.
Right.
He lived up to the heel moniker.
I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with losses, but when
I know you just want
somebody up.
You want a Braun Breaker to get outsmarted. That's what you want.
Yeah, make it make sense for the loss. Don't just he's gonna lose just because. And WWE did that. And now you're going to try to do a bunch of stuff to get around that. You know, you got reports going out. They wanted to wait until SummerSlam for Braun Breaker to win. I mean, that may or may not be true. I don't really care if it is or not, right? That was still dumb. And that's not the only thing.
It's going to be a triple threat match.
Yeah.
And guess what? He ain't going to pin Sami to win it.
Of course not, man, because clearly Sami is better than him, right? That's what WWE wants to do.
Because the main person that's getting, remember, we ain't get AEW, we ain't get WWE yet. Let's get back to AEW. So yes, an hour-long match. MJF stole the international championship from Will Ospreay. See, there was an hour-long match. So if this match was an hour long, I'm pretty sure that was the first part of the freaking show because it didn't make it.
That was the first hour of the show. Yes.
So that leads into everything else, which means, co-hosts, we know that the world champions are part of Team AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he recruit to join him on Team AEW?
So You've got the world champion. You've got the Ring of Honor world champion, Mark Briscoe. You had the Acclaim that begged to be part of it. And then you had Darby Allin. So when I'm doing my mathematicals here, I'm getting 5. On team, on the other team, I only see 4.
Hold on. You said Ring of Honor champion, Briscoe.
Mark Briscoe.
Okay, so you got two world champions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Something different. Something new. Okay, something new. Make it a little intriguing. How does work with 2 main champions teaming together? Makes it a little interesting.
You got the Acclaim. Who has
the Acclaim. People love the Acclaim, and you want in this type of match, you do want to tag team a part of your team. So okay. We with that. Who's that last person you said?
Darby Allin.
And y'all want to know why I said when he said we going to AEW next, and I said I'm getting a headache before the commercial break started. Why is Darby Allin in this match again?
I was getting to. I don't think he's needed because if you look at the other team, as far as I am aware of, you've got the Young Bucks, you've got their fellow elite mate, and then Hangman Adam Page. You've got 4 people over there.
Okada ain't with them.
Okada, yeah.
So that's 4, which means if that's 5, which I still disagree with the fact that Darby Allin shouldn't even be on the team.
Right. So I don't know if they have another person that they're going to add, but if I haven't seen anywhere.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm saying is, I don't care if you doing 4 or 5. I still don't need Darby Allin part of this match again.
I like the fact that everybody else was new to the match because the last team failed. So since you failed, you shouldn't get a second chance. Now I want to take a second here outside of what we have here to just say Darby Allin made some comments that Swerve Strickland is not his leader and that he pinned him in a coffin match and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something, Darby Allin. He's the leader of the locker room. Darby Allin, shut up. You're not even there enough to be the leader of the locker room. And, I'm trying to do better, so I'm not going to say the next statement that I was going to say. But let's just say you shouldn't be leading nobody.
You shouldn't even be you should be nowhere near in this match.
Agreed. So that's the completion of Team AEW. So I'm expecting a 5th member for the Elite.
And the 5th member of the Elite gonna be the difference making the whole entire match. Watch.
It will be. Mercedes Monet had a match with Nyla Rose. She found a way to win that match. After the match, there's a fan in the crowd with a Sting mask on and sign that the CEO sucks. So she goes over, rips the sign up, pushes the person in the match, and then turns around. Person ends up being Britt Baker. Britt Baker takes that mask off. The Playmaker's girl, Mercedes Monet. She was backing up real fast, fella. She got up out of Dodge City real quick. She ain't want nothing to do with that. Not that night. But she did just have a match with Nyla Rose, and I got to be honest. If you just had a match and won against Nyla Rose, I ain't really wanting no smoke with nobody else that night. So I don't blame her in that specific situation.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I don't blame her for that one. Heel, face, whatever.
But
how about that would go?
This is not this Mercedes Monet that I grew up watching. Technically not.
This is a Mercedes Monet that she wants to be, sir.
This isn't. And you see, I can't cuss because we on a professional show, so I can't cuss. I can't say the word I want to say.
Are you hitting a snowman? I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not cuss.
You took your pancake behind to social media and talking about pressing charges and treating Britt Baker like she a fan. Now I'm gonna be clear and honest. Remember earlier when I said my co-host did not have a good time picking Slammiversary. two women that Cole Johnson have picked on me about, it's starting to get on my last MFing nerve right about now.
That's what we're here for.
Sick of both of them right now.
And truthfully, we knew you would get there. There's no way you wouldn't get there. Because they're both what I like to call aggravating.
It is so aggravating. It is so depressing for me. Like, this woman, she went on Instagram. And she said calling the cops. What? You haven't really taken this CEO role to your freaking head. You have never called cops. Even when you was beefing with the big behind Nia Jax, you still wanted to smoke. Am I lying?
That's not. So what you're referring to is not the CEO Mercedes Monet. You're referring to one of her previous personalities. So that's where I think the digression goes.
Yeah, when you was in New Japan, you wanted to smoke with everybody.
And this is why when she came out doing the CEO thing and twerking that flat behind, I was like, no. Because I understood that this is where things were going, this type of foolishness based on what the character that they gave me. I don't like that for her. I think it devalues her as a wrestler. It devalues her as a character. And it devalues her as a person. And she could do better.
See, when you was the boss, if you want to step up, you get done up.
I mean, even if you want to be a coward, right? Like, even if you want to be a coward where it's like, I'm going to hit you and run. I respect that more than what you're doing now.
We calling cops on a woman most likely that's not even that much bigger than her.
Right. One of the few women that are not that much bigger than her in AEW.
And what we're calling the cops. Like, see, this is why.
Hey, you soft, bro. Soft people are soft. You know?
See, this is why I didn't want to. This is why I know I was stuck for today's show, because I knew I had to deal with this as soon as I saw that Instagram post. I said, "Oh Lord,
I wasn't even gonna bring it up. If you didn't bring it up, I was gonna let it ride. But I figured you might.
You put her in you was gonna put her in the show some type of way. Maybe not the Instagram post, but you was gonna put her in the show some type of way.
Had to. So 2 other things happened on AEW. Surprisingly, they both happened on Collision.
Yeah, somebody that is trying to tell everybody he's not a hologram.
So we got the debut of this new character called Hologram.
First of all, where did the name come from? Who idea was it for this name?
It had to be Tony Khan. Had to be.
Because he literally, the dude acting like, I'm not a hologram. Which tells you it was a bad name from the start.
So he won the match. We're going to see where they go with the character. But
really, when he's about the match, it's the fact his name is Hologram.
Yes. And for the sake of just not sitting here and laughing, because I'm doing my best to not laugh, I'm looking at a part of the screen. I can't see my co-host because I don't want him to get me to break down as well. Also, we have new unified 6-man tag champs. Through dirtier than the Bang Bang Gang methods, the Patriarchy are the unified 6-man tag champions.
Well, this ain't the learning tree.
That is true. If it was a learning tree, we would not be talking about it because I would not grace them with time on this program. They're just not good.
Let's go to the comments. AEW something else, boy.
This They definitely are. All right. So
And Damien over there enjoying me having a breakdown.
So yeah, we're gonna go to the comments real quick, and then we're gonna do this break, come back, and then we're gonna WWE it up for you. All right. So Damien says, I thought WWE was going to wait till the Netflix deal.
Oh no. No.
You should have known better, sir. AP says, I thought MJF was going to move up to the WWE before Brian Baker. MJF is the big dog where he's at, and it makes more sense for him to stay there. I knew he would always stay, but he probably got some more money out of Tony Khan from playing both sides. Damien says Darby should be pimping with his pimp coat. Laugh out loud. Yeah, he is pimping his way strong. Damien says, "Dean, this popcorn time." Laugh out
Didn't
loud.
know this is popcorn time. Me going off the way that I did.
Damien says, blame Snoop Dogg for that. Laugh out loud. Dustin, the real Dustin Nunn, says, Gooby fears Destructor. What's up, Dustin? And then Damien says, Mercedes Monet is the new version of Sable. Laugh out loud.
I get what you're saying.
I definitely get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying, but for my co-host, don't ever put them two in the same sentence again. I'm gonna say it for him because I already know where he's going. We get what you're saying. You're not wrong. Just don't.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not.
Just don't put the two in the same sentence around him.
I knew he was gonna get me. He was gonna get me. We got a commercial break, man. We got a commercial break. I'm not messing with this dude. We got a commercial break.
Hey, man, I come on now. We've been doing this show.
Whether it's the men's college game,
the way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Ancient Reef was at that press conference. They got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube and where you can find podcasts.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. You kids from the block. New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck. Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Before you say anything, you better put AP comment right up there. Oh, AP gave me one. Yes, AP gave me what I wanted. You can't even avoid it.
For those on radio, AP says, remember the hurricane? No, watch out. It's the hologram.
I got to get that away for you before we get to Chris, because Chris was very serious.
And then Damien says, hologram is worse than Shorty G. Laugh out loud.
Oh my gosh. That's bad when you got your first thing to do is go on social media and that is to defend your name. That tells you it's a bad name. Oh my gosh. But yes, I'm pretty sure that you watched this match with Sky Blue. Did it look as it sounds from what Chris is saying?
So I'll say this. So Chris was saying speedy recovery to Sky Blue, who suffered a broken ankle against Hikaru Shida on Collision on Saturday. So I'll put it like this. When you're in the matches, the adrenaline's going, everything, you could tell that she was injured. And then may have, made some changes to the outcome of the match to get it over with. But you never can really tell during the matches the extent of the injury. But I do agree with Chris. Definitely, speedy recovery to her. If you guys notice, unless someone brings it up, we don't talk about injuries too much. And that's purposefully. There are a lot of injuries. And not that, someone getting injured doesn't deserve to be talked about or anything. But just kind of for the purpose of trying to keep it light and positive as possible. But that was what I would consider like a major injury for sure. So definitely recovery go out to her. I don't ever like to see people get injured in matches or can tell when there's a serious of what might be a serious injury in any sport, but especially professional wrestling because they put their bodies on the line so much. And unfortunately, it happens a lot more, than we want it to happen.
Damien, I'm not even going. Nope, nope, not doing it. I already got my laugh out. Not doing
Damien says hologram equals glacier.
I'm pretty sure my co-host, if he could, he would slap Tony Khan right about now for that.
When we talk about Tony Khan and his nose powder, this kind of stuff we talking about. Hologram.
All right. Before I dive in, I want to give my co-host the opportunity to talk about two men. One is injured. The other one is, to be quite honest, is from what I have read, is suspected to resign with the current company. And that is MVP and Bobby Lashley. So, co-host, there you go.
So, when Triple H denied a new Hurt Business, I didn't feel good about Lashley's chances of staying or wanting to stay. Because at the end of the day, Hurt Business was one of the things that carried the COVID era when there weren't people around. That was one of the biggest things during that time period. So to not want to put that back together, I'm like, why? And there's Triple H online at least is coming to some fire for the way that he's handled African-American wrestlers, right? MVP's made some disparaging comments about that as well. I would simply say I want to see more from Triple H, but I'm not happy as to his usage and placement of a lot of the wrestlers as of now.
We shall see going forward, but there are rumors out there that Bobby Lashley could possibly resign with WWE, and there are some out there saying he's going to AEW. We shall see where this goes. I believe MVP is actually injured, if I remember correctly. I don't even know how he got injured because they don't even wrestle.
I'm gonna tell you this though. If Bobby Lashley goes to AEW, that's a landscape changer for AEW.
That's if they use him correctly.
I don't think they would bring him in and not use him correctly because I don't think he would go if he didn't have certain things in his contract.
But we shall see. Stories on both sides. That's all I'm saying. Stories on both sides.
We'll see what actually comes out. Chris LeClaire says Aramis hologram. And then AP says, here we go, another WWE star, Bobby going to go to AEW, shaking my head. There's another place he could go. He could go to TNA, hang out there for a year or two, be the top dog walking in the door as well. So there's always that option. Or he could just take a year off and chill.
Good. I mean, he in his 40s, so he ain't like he a spring chicken.
Yeah, he could take him a year off and then decide where he want to go or take 6 months off or whatever, you know. So he's got some options for sure.
Now,
Damien has a question.
Speaking of the Hurt Business, what's y'all thoughts on Ricochet almost being in the fashion? It wasn't a fit.
Yeah, it was almost for a reason. That wasn't a fit for him, unless they were going to change him into a heel.
I can't see Ricochet being a heel anyway.
He need to be one, but I agree.
The reason why I say I can't see him being a heel because, like, you talking about the highlight of any show he's on, and people going to enjoy that. They're not going to boo him. The only way they boo him if he stopped jumping off every damn thing, and then if he stopped doing that, he ain't what everybody want to see.
Or you can make him a heel by every time he does it, he talks about it. He talks about how great he is and just becomes aggravating and annoying.
All right. Now, the week inside of World Wrestling Entertainment. I call it personal week because I don't think my co-host saw this coming because I didn't see it coming. But we got very personal from Monday through Friday. Did you see it? I didn't see the amount of personals that was going to happen. I didn't see the amount of it.
So I would agree. I didn't see the amount, but I would say that it makes sense storyline wise. Because the one thing that WWE does better than anybody else is the storylines. So when you kind of take a little reality and you bust it in, it makes for a better program. I think that's what we're getting with WWE right now.
Now, before we get to AP, because pretty much you're on the right trail there, AP. My co-host was right. So we finally got the rights to actually show their attentions with Pat McAfee as they had the show and dropped off a freaking box in the Thunderdome. And Pat McAfee was like, okay, I am honored to carry this box with my life on it. And, you know, taking it to, I forgot where it was at on Monday. But for now on, y'all can give this to Michael Cole. Pat McAfee literally said he wants nothing to do with the Wyatt Six. And I don't blame him. So we get the tape, and we hear from Erik Rowan, the biggest member of the Riot Six. And when I say personal, we got personal with Erik Rowan. Oh, we talked about the Bludgeon Brothers. RIP to formerly known as Luke Harper. But he wasn't done there. He wasn't done. We got to the man, the myth, the legend, Bray Wyatt. When you hear a man of that big stature that Erik Rowan is basically coming to tears, you feel some type of way if you are a human being. Because he's talking about two people who helped him in his wrestling career. Gone. Brothers. Gone. And then we get to Chad Gable calling out Bo Dallas. And this is where things get a little, I don't want to say, things get a little weird here, okay? We see Bo Dallas, he comes out, no music at all. That's the first real part. He has no music whatsoever. Then the second part is, even though me and my co-host we said this formation was going to happen. We just didn't know how they was going to introduce it. The Creed brothers start beating up Bo Dallas out of nowhere. In typical Wonder with Tunnel fashion, Bo Dallas is laughing at the beatdown that he's receiving. Chad Gable continues the beatdown. Bo Dallas is still laughing at the beatdown, and Chad Gable's about to blow it. Because why is you laughing through this pain? And then the lights do what they normally do. Before you know, bad things are coming to happen. And one at a time, the Riot Six all come to the stage.
With Nikki Cross with the lantern.
Mm-hmm. They all come to the ring. Chad Gable's like, no, I'm not. Nope, I'm not doing this. I'm out. Creed both. Yeah, I think we should follow him and get out of here.
Yeah.
So we have the Wyatt Six doing the famous Wyatt family pose. That whole sequence was real to me. I don't know about you, but it was hit and miss for me.
It was weird, but I thought it was great. Because what you're doing is you're establishing that Bo Dallas is really channeling Bray Wyatt and becoming that leader of the group. And he has some of those same weird tendencies that are a little disturbing.
Yeah. But, I mean, did we have to beat him up first? Like,
You got to show the large threshold for pain.
but the real takeaway is that Erik Rowan videos. That was
really well done. They're doing a great job, at least for those two so far, and I think they're going to do the other people, of course, too. They're doing a great job of explaining why they came together. So you're getting a backstory through these VCR tapes. And I do like that as something unique and different.
It's very interesting. Now that gets me to think. First of all, I have never heard Debt of Hologram even speak, so I'm interested in seeing what they do with that video. I never heard the man speak since he been in WWE. Have you?
I think I heard him speak like once or twice in NXT.
So I'm curious on that part. The other guy I can't remember. I can't never remember his name.
Joe Gacy.
Joe Gacy. Don't know story about Joe Gacy, if I'm being completely honest. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Insane.
But when it gets to Nikki Cross, I'm looking forward to that one.
That's gonna be something.
Oh, it's cool to hear Nikki Cross story. That's gonna be interesting.
Also, Braun Strowman said he feels the pull, but he's trying to fight it.
Oh Lord. Oh no.
He doesn't want to reopen that part of him.
Oh boy. If Braun Strowman is that final number, goodbye Monday Night Raw.
I mean, they're not doing anything with Braun Strowman, to be honest. I know everybody thinks it's going to be Alexa Bliss.
Man, I think Alexa Bliss is teasing us. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. She's teasing us. Stop teasing us.
They do Braun Strowman, bro. That's all I can say.
Before I continue on, we got a lot of comments, and our brother finally made it to the chat after missing last week. But he's in there having fun, and I know what he's doing too. Hey, we haven't got there yet, Cole. Jumping the gun. You pulling a Damien.
Yeah, Cole says, ooh. And then Damien says, thank God for Samantha Irving. IG. Let's just say Samantha does have some cakes. And we're going to leave it there.
No comment.
AP says the Creed brothers need to kick Gable's ass for bringing them in the mix with the Wyatt Six.
I don't even know if Chad Gable actually brought them into it. I think they chose to get involved. Because Chad Gable was still trying to talk to his original group, which I could get into that, but I don't want to.
Or is that just subterfuge?
Like I said, I could get into it, but I don't want to.
Yeah. Cole says, poor Dom getting the door slammed in his face by Rhea twice.
See? Cole Johnson jumping the gun. Stop jumping the gun. We ain't got there.
Yeah, we're going to stop at that one because anymore it'll just be habitual gun jumping. Carry on, my good peoples.
Oh no, you got AP. You got AP coming right there. You know, so you know someone is crazy when they're getting a butt kick and laughing about it. That worked with Bray Wyatt too.
That's very true. Yeah.
And Ray Wyatt could kick your butt too at the same time, so makes it even more strange.
Mm-hmm. Very factual.
Damien's question, I don't know if you see it or not. So why only question about, probably trying to say my only question about the Wyatt Six is when they wrestle in a match, will they fight with their mask, with their masks? That's a very good question there, sir. I don't even know. I don't have an answer on that one.
I thought about this actually, Damien, because apparently my mind goes a little to the left like yours sometimes. So I thought about this. So what I came up with is they can't fight in the mask unless they're going to get new masks, because the ones they currently have aren't really something they can fight in, but kind of like the Bludgeon Brothers were when they had those masks on, but they took them off to wrestle. I think we're going to get something like that with everybody but Bo Dallas.
Now, Mr. Cole Johnson, you can have your fun. Because the love triangle featuring Dom, Rhea, and Liv. I'm being nice to Dom today. continues to rage on.
Yes, it does.
Mami opens up Monday Night Raw to a reckless motivation. And then the Dirty Dom comes out. Full Eddie Guerrero style, by the way. He had the freaking rose in his hand. He had the... We are rehashing Eddie Guerrero and China here. If y'all paying attention. And yet, it's amazing to me that 2 years, Dom is still getting the same heat off of one thing he did. He only did one thing, really. That was meaning. And it was turn on his dad. And we still got people booing him with because he got a mic in his hand. It's just amazing me. This is continuing to happen this long.
As Cole so eloquently put, Mami, boo. Then he says, Mamacita, boo.
That man, that soon as he said a syllable,
he said, Silencio, yes, boo.
And my co-host was part of that on when he was at Monday Night Raw in Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was.
You enjoyed that moment, didn't you?
That was one of the moments I enjoyed. I really wanted to burn it down, but he wasn't there.
But hey, Mami throws a challenge out there. She knew what was coming. She knew Liv wasn't going to show up on Raw when she's called to show up. So she said, I talked to Adam Pearce. Me, you, and my World Championship, SummerSlam. Liv is on the screen. I always knew the end game was you and me. So yes, you can have your match at SummerSlam. Because I'm going to defeat you. So now we can add Liv Morgan, officially add Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley to the SummerSlam card. Now, this is where things get a little interesting here. Because backstage, before Damien Priest came out to have his face-to-face with the King General, Gunther, him and Dom had to talk. Why ain't tell me Mami was coming back? Damien Priest looked at him like, why you lied to me all these damn weeks? Dom couldn't say nothing then. And then instead of me talking about it, I'm gonna let my co-host do it because he deserves that moment. Because somebody else showed up in that conversation.
So my boy Jay Uso pops in and basically asks if Mami's single, and Damien Priest is basically like, hey, you never know.
That's a Kuma Kane move right there. What really Damien Priest did, that's a Kuma Kane move right there.
I saw it, I was like, wow.
That's something that you would do. Hey, you never know. I mean, it could be. I don't know. It's the way Jey Uso came in there though.
And he was talking about taking it to
Is it true? I'm like, wait a minute, where did he come from? Is it true? Is it what true? Is Mami single and ready to mingle? I don't know. Maybe I don't. Damien Priest is becoming more likable by the week.
Yeah. And then later on, they asked Rhea because Jey Uso kept saying, "Call me." So they asked Rhea.
I said, "Hi."
Then they asked Rhea, did she have his number? So she just looked at him and then she smiled and said, "Yeet," and walked off. And then Jey Uso went on the thing about taking the Waffle House. He liked the triple hash browns. He think Mami was like 10 egg whites with some wheat toast. Like he was wild.
But here's where the things got really interesting. Then if you look at Dom, I mean, you can't nobody come at you like that. You gotta defend Mami.
Another
Right.
cool McCain move. Another one.
Exactly. You gotta go defend that. You're right. I'm gonna go talk to Adam Pearce. Talk to Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce give him the match between him and Jey Uso, which is stupid, and all of us knew it was stupid. But we understand the storyline, so we'll let the stupidity ride for right now. Goes in the locker room, Judgment Day locker room. I just want to let you know, Mami, I got a mess because Jey Uso was talking bad about you, and y'all know. I need to let him know and everybody else know on this Monday night roster, you're mine. When Rhea, Cool can tell you this. I'm pretty sure AB can tell you this. That's about every guy in this chat can tell you this. If a woman's hand is folded and she leaned back the way Mami leaned back, you're in trouble. That is not the look you want from a woman.
Not at all. Not at all.
When she does say, oh, hell, I'm in trouble.
Well, we knew that from when the show started, though.
Oh, no, we knew that. But, like, when you get that look, it's like, Dom, you just stupid right now.
Everything he did was stupid.
Stupid. It's stupid. And then Carlito and his one-liners. Dude, that's not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Even Carlito understood what was going on. Carlito was like, what's wrong with you, man? Carlito was telling him, dude, no, you don't do that.
Don't do that, yeah.
By the way, I don't know if anybody caught this, but somebody on social media caught it. I didn't catch it. If you notice, Finn and JD was playing 2K wrestling. That's not the interesting part. It's the two characters that they picked. Those of you who don't know who they picked, I believe one of them was Rhea Ripley and the other one was Liv Morgan.
Yes, I saw.
You two a-holes.
I was all there for it. I was for it.
I bet you was. I'm like, how did I miss that? Oh, y'all some sleazeballs.
Versus emo cakes.
Just, oh man, it was just crazy. That was crazy. Before I continue on, let's get to the chat because I know they going in with the Liv Morgan, the whole Judgment Day situation.
They going in with the all things fun. So Damien says that promo had me crying.
Shoot, I'm pretty sure a lot of people was crying on that Erik Roman promo.
Yep. Bo gave me Joker vibes when he laughed while getting beat up, Damien says.
Nah, I got Bray Wyatt vibes watching that.
I think the Joker was a good one because the stature difference. But it did give me Bray Wyatt vibes too. It kind of gave me a mixture. So AP says, so in your mind, what three members will face the Creed brothers and Chad? Not both, the other three.
The other three that's not Bo Dallas and Nikki Cross.
Uh-huh.
The three one that's probably going to destroy them three.
Mm-hmm. I concur. Cole says Joe Gacy to miss out there. And he is correct.
That's a crazy way to put it, but I get it.
AP says Nikki Cross is a true man of Halloween. Demon Queen works too. But I agree.
She looked like that. She looked like that girl from the movie Ring. I'm like,
she like the girl from Carrie. She looked like Carrie too.
That's anytime her hair is like that in a white dress. Not good. Not good.
Right. Cole says fine playmaker Rhea Ripley. Cake.
That's a backstage story that y'all don't know about.
And he said Liv Morgan pancake.
You should have Cole. You'd have heard me earlier when I talked about Mercedes Monet.
Yeah, he said something negative about Monet. I was surprised. AP says Kane was fighting with his mask. Kane has a different kind of mask though.
Kane actually talked about it, how it was difficult for him to actually breathe through that mask.
AP says Jay going to yeet all on Ripley.
We all knew who was going to win the match, which Jay did. And he looked there. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I know my co-host saw it, and I saw it. Jay hit that. Call me. I don't know if y'all saw it, but somebody had a smirk on their face. I saw it. I seen the smirk on the face.
Damien says justice for Sonya Deville's big forehead.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. When I say personal, they was cooking. They was cooking this past week. They were cooking real good.
He says Carlito with the Judgment Day is confusing.
I'm enjoying it. Him and his one-liners, man.
They do fit perfectly. Damien says Jay gonna do a shoey with Mami. Laugh out loud.
AP, I'm with you on this one because I can easily sit here and say Mami should just let's go ahead and destroy Liv Morgan and now satisfy me so she can get her title back. But we are talking WWE and we're talking story, so Triple H can go about 4 different ways with this, and all of them involving Judgment Day, by the way. So pretty much, I'm gonna say this is not gonna be a clean finish. Because if it is a clean finish, Mami's destroying Liv Morgan.
Right. Damien says Little Debbie's cinnamon rolls hostess.
No, versus. He meant to put versus. I don't know. But let's get back to it. Damien Priest and Gunther. This is one of the ones I didn't see to become personal. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see this one becoming personal the way that it went personal. Gunther called the champion a street trash. Like, bro, that's in my head. I don't know about you, but when I heard that, I'm like, okay, them fighting words right there. We need to fight. You ain't finna call me street trash. But credit to Damien Priest, our champion. He questioned the love of the wrestling business to Gunther. You don't even love this. You don't deserve this. You don't even love it. So why are you even here? Oh, I'm like, wait a minute. We getting personal here before SummerSlam. You added intrigue to it. Even though you didn't have to, because a regular championship match would do just fine. Because we understand Gunther won King of the Ring. You won the right to challenge at SummerSlam. Damien Priest survived 2 hellacious matches, one against Drew McIntyre, other against Seth Rollins, albeit with unwanted help. But he's still the champion. We understand. This ain't a champ. This ain't just a championship match no more, co-host. This has gotten personal.
It has. I think this is the best way to go because if you want to make Damien Priest look like he has a chance to win, like the face that they like to make him into, this is the only way to go. But it was great how it was executed.
And then, by the way, shout out to, I did not know how Damien Priest and Strowman match was going to go. I was like, damn, why you putting the champion against Strowman like that? That's kind of anticlimactic going into the match for me. Yeah, that's the biggest dude on the roster. And he's been destroying Judgment Day. Braun Strowman, being too overzealous, messed himself up. Damien Priest took advantage. Big win for Damien Priest, which he didn't have help this time. Finally, they got the point. Don't come out and help. Big win for Damien Priest. And then, if I remember correctly, the King General and the champ came to blows, which is I love. Yes, and the champ got the best of the ring of the King General.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! So we got that personal. And you know what? I'm not gonna touch this. I'm gonna let my co-host touch this because this guy had one job. He only had one job. He would have got what he wanted. But go ahead.
Disappointment abounds. That's all I can really say. Disappointment abounds. I'm gonna answer AP's question real quick, but I just gotta keep saying disappointment abounds. One job, like my coach said, one job. So AP says, just one if Liv wins again clean, what does that mean for Ripley with the Judgment Day? Well,
I don't think she's going to clean, so I don't see. I
don't see
where I get you. I get what you're asking, but I just don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see a clean finishing happening.
I agree. I don't get a universe where that happens. You had one job though. I'm just gonna keep saying
one job. Oh my gosh.
I will say this, Drew. An apology, bro. You literally let an apology. I'm not just gonna say no one. You let an apology, apologizing, stop you from being reinstated. Do you know the kind of petty a-hole it takes to do that and pull it off correctly and be self-righteous about it? I gotta give you props for the character, but the machinations and how you're doing it is real trashy. But I love it.
Adam Pearce just asked you to apologize to the two officials that you had no business putting your hands on at Money in the Bank. He said if you apologize, you get what you want. You get CM Punk at SummerSlam. But guess what? You want to be CM Punk, and you're not. We know CM Punk don't do apologies. Drew, you say you want to be better than CM Punk. Why is you acting like CM Punk? Simple. An apology, but it got you your SummerSlam match. Simple. You want to kill CM Punk, you would have had the opportunity at SummerSlam. All you had to do is apologize to two officials. Just say the two words, I'm sorry. You know what? That's starting to be a thing. Why is the words I'm sorry so hard to utter out of people's mouth? For some reason, it's like accountability is a hard thing to accept. All you had to do is be accountable for your actions. CM Punk tried to apologize to Seth Rollins, but him and Seth Rollins has history, so he can't really do it. And Seth Rollins let him know, well, guess what? I'm gonna flip your words on you. Your actions have consequences. So at some point down the line, Seth Rollins is gonna get his receipt. Just keep it a buck. See, Seth Rollins understands who he's dealing with.
Yep. He does.
Those officials just wanted to get you from causing chaos on a post show. You just had to simply apologize.
Just apologize.
Sorry. 2 words. You had to say 2 words. And then Adam Pearce would have granted you your wish to kill CM Punk in Cleveland.
Yes, he would.
Not literally, though.
Right. Because CM Punk is like a MCU character that never really died. Apparently.
Just 2 words. That's all. 2 words. 2 words.
Yes, sir. So, good people, we're going to take a last break here. We got about 10 minutes left. Just take a last break, and then we come back, and we're going to shift over. A couple things might have happened on SmackDown that you know about. So, we'll talk about those. Let's go.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network proudly presents The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday morning beginning April 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Hey, back in the building.
Now, y'all, if y'all was here last week, y'all know I gave my co-host the moment that he wanted when it came to Nia Jax and Bayley. They are rehashing something that took place 7 years ago into this feud. Now, I thought last week was a one-time thing, but no. Bayley is intent of reminding Nia Jax what took place 7 years ago. And it sounds more instead of the Queen wanted the WWE title, I'm thinking Bayley's revenge from 2017 is taking more of a precedence in this one. What you think?
I agree. It's like you said, that seems to be the theme, revenge.
But question is, and I love this. This is why me and my co-host is happy with the way how Money in the Bank went. Because Miss Money in the Bank is just lurking in the background. And now we sitting here trying to figure out if something was to happen, and just let's say the Queen does become champion, but it's one of those grueling matches and she's tired because her and Bayley, like, it's personal. Bayley has made this personal. And we know how matches are when they become personal. It's almost like you're going to have to beat me to death if you want to get out of this match. So now that we got Tiffany Stratton, who is from what the Queen said, her personal Barbie doll. What would happen if thoughts on that? Oh, I have no problem with that either. I'm just saying, what? This is the first time in a while that we had Miss Money in the Bank actually hold a contract for longer than 24 hours.
A whole week and then a few days. That's
now the mystique of Miss Money in the Bank is starting to grow now, because it's like, could Tiffany Stratton actually cash in on Nia Jax if she does win that match at SummerSlam?
Is she gonna ever show up on Raw and kind of stir up a little controversy over there?
Yeah, you do got another personal women's title match scheduled for SummerSlam too. So now it's intriguing now.
Mm-hmm.
All Tiffany got to do is take it. Tiffany, take your time. Take your time. Wait for the right moment. Don't rush it.
Wait until
we know how young people are. They want to rush this stuff. Don't rush it. Take your time. See, that's why Nia Jax almost slapped the hell out you last week. Because you tried to rush. No. That's my title. That's the Queen's title. Don't you touch that title. Take your time. Take your time. You have. Okay, so we were a week and some days into this. You still got 50 and a half weeks for this. Just wait. Be patient. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a pay-per-view coming up in Atlanta. There used to be a good pay-per-view back in the day called Black Blood. That wouldn't be a bad moment down in the ATL. I'm just throwing that out there,
Facts.
That it's called Black Blood for a reason. So we know whatever happens at SummerSlam, that's not the end of it. Oh, we're gonna run this back in the ATL. So I'm with it. Take your time, Tiffany. Take your time. Tiffy time is coming. Tiffy time coming. And when it comes, we will be here ready to celebrate with you. But take your time. Don't rush it. I don't need you to be the first Money in the Bank women's that fail. I don't need that. I need you to succeed with this one. I need somebody else to be the first one, not you. Not you. Now, I'm gonna say this real quickly. The Bloodline is doing Bloodline things. They took out Kevin Owens. All right. And they put Cody Rhodes to a table. Bloodline is doing Bloodline things. That's all I'm going to say about the Bloodline. Logan Paul and LA Knight.
Great verbal back and forth.
Oh my goodness. When I say WWE personal week, this is what I mean. You see what we talked about on Raw. Everything on Raw got personal. We're talking about Bayley is rehashing something that happened 7 years ago. We're talking 7 years. And she hasn't forgotten. And she's the one on top of the SmackDown division. Anything Bloodline related is already personal. It's automatically personal. So that speaks for itself. If you're in a storyline with the Bloodline, it's automatically personal. But we get the LA Knight and Logan Paul. Logan Paul actually showed up for once. And the fact that LA Knight being who LA Knight is probably got Logan Paul to sign that contract without even putting hands on him, which is amazing. But Logan Paul wasn't going to go out like no chump either. Logan Paul has some words for the LA Knight. I mean, he basically called LA Knight a trash version of The Rock. From putting it plain and simple. Yeah, so I was like, ooh. Okay. So you want to get out.
But LA Knight is definitely the wrong guy for that. So I don't think they worked out how
you can say LA Knight response because that's your guy.
You got it.
Because when he said that, I'm like, eesh, like, ugh. Why you got to throw the rock in there? But LA Knight, call Logan Paul but pretty much everybody else is called Logan Paul. Not a real champion.
Yep.
You're a placeholder. Logan Paul don't like being called a placeholder. He don't like being called a placeholder. Anything that's perpetuate being a placeholder. So yeah. And Nick, always to his credit, tried very hard not to come to blows, but he went for the okadoke. All right, I got Logan Paul out of the ring. We finna walk to the back. Nah, Logan Paul right back in the ring. We finna come to blows.
You know what's gonna happen.
So now we can bookmark LA Knight Logan Paul United States Championship match for SummerSlam. Every championship match that is on that card is personal. It's not just a championship match. It is personal now.
And I have one response for that.
So SummerSlam. As the train continues to roll to SummerSlam, we're cutting deep into each other,
and we're here for it. We're definitely here for it. A shout out to 502 Angel Radio. And again, you've been listening to us live on Real Wise Radio, either one of the channels. We appreciate everybody tuning in, tapping in, everybody in the comments. Damien Tiffany can still cash in the briefcase. It doesn't have to be in good condition. It's the contract. So
Tiffany gonna have another one. She's gonna have another briefcase on Friday.
Yeah, she'll have it's Tiffy time case by Friday anyway. But I do want to tell everybody to remember 2 things. Make sure you tell 4 your friends, 4 people you may not like so much. It's never where you start. It's always where you finish. Your boys will be back 6:30 p.m. Eastern next Monday, chopping it up. Y'all know what's happening next Saturday. We're going to be talking about that too. Any last words, Playmaker?
Ooh, next Saturday. Oh, yeah, SummerSlam. And I'm going to be all over. Just let y'all know. It doesn't affect Monarchs of Wrestling, but I will be covering their Olympics. So
let's get it. All right, good people. We'll see you back next week. It's time for Monday Night Raw. Let's go.